All right, guys, so I'm back out here on my van. It's a '03 Dodge Ram 1500 van, and I'm changing out the transmission pan because it's the 32RH that's in this. It's a 3-speed, and it's doing okay. I adjusted the TV cable or the transmission cable, and it runs better now. It had a really lot of slack on it, and so now that I've done that, it's just better, but I kind of wanted to cool a little better. So I bought this RT off-road deep pan kit off of Summit. It was like $65. But I think what's kind of funny is it says on here, as you can see it, let me zoom in, made in Various. Okay. So we're gonna see how this goes. I went ahead and I kind of like pressure washed underneath the van and try to clean it up a bit. Let's see if we can slide up under here. Sorry for the jostling here. But yeah, she was pretty greasy. I just kind of did a quick shoot just to kind of clean it off, but you know, obviously transmission's back there and everything. But I'm gonna. This has the 3.9 liter for now, so to say. I actually am building a 5.9 Magnum to swap into this, and I've sourced a lot of the parts for it and have been piecing it together for a while. But you know, school kind of takes a lot of my time for sure. But it should be complete drop-ins. Biggest thing that I have to do is repin through the ECU and the wiring harness cylinder 7 and 8. But the ECUs work the same. I believe it's the same fuel map. I've looked into that too. It's kind of like how the guys do with their Dakotas. That they take the 3.9s and drop like 5.2s or 5.9s in them. They basically do the exact same thing. And this, as weird as this van is, it's kind of a hodgepodge of like Jeep parts. So that rear end is a 8.25, like a 29 spline. It's basically the same that's in the back of a Jeep, which is hilarious. It's not the same rear end on a like a Ram, like a Ram pickup truck, which I think is kind of interesting. And the same with that transmission. It technically is, I believe, a Jeep transmission too. That's why this kit says on here for CJ5s and 5, 7, and 8. So it shares that same setup on there. But I'm going to drop the fluid out of it and get going on this. Oh, and also, that was the other main reason of doing this, because when I first bought this van, it was low on transmission fluid, and all I did was just top it off. I haven't done anything since, and I've only put, see, I bought it in '07, '07 or '08. I've only put like, it had 81,000 miles on it, and now it's got 94,000. So yeah, not even like 12, 13,000 miles over that long period of time. So she still runs really, really good. She really likes the highway, like highway driving, and doesn't really do too bad on gas. You know, I'm not going to say it's fantastic when it's only like 15 to 17 miles per gallon. But that's not, you know, not necessarily bad for pushing a big block down the road. Okay, I'm gonna get started on this. I'll be back in a second. Don't know how well that's gonna come out on a computer or like video, but she's brown. She's not black, nor is she like beautiful bright red, but it's more of a brown color. I can definitely smell a little burnt. But the other big reason of doing this pan is that it has a drain plug, which will be nice to service this. Plus changing this filter out that's never been changed ever. So, all right, get back on this. Okay, so I got the pan off and everything. There is a magnet. Let's see how well that comes up. And ooh, that is quite a bit of friction material. I would say that's about 1/8 of an inch deep, if I had to guess. Though, like I said, the fluid itself was an okay color. It was like brownish, like a brownish red. It's not like black or burnt or anything. You can't tell really anything with that. But we're gonna go ahead and put in that new pan. I'm just gonna make sure everything fits and lines up right on that. Hopefully that magnet is removable, because I'm not sure if the new pan comes with one. But we'll double check on that. Okay, so looking at this, it was packaged pretty well. It had some bubble wrap and everything around it and was stapled in. Let's see if I can do this one handy. Okay. Right. My workbench is a little bit of a mess because I need to learn to clean up after my jobs. But it looks like we got the filter there, which the other one is pretty disgusting. Let's see. We got the spacer and all the hardware there. Looks like an O-ring, which is right in there, and drain plug with the grommet and the gasket. Looks like it just has a regular rubber, but the depth of that pan is at least twice the depth of the original, the factory one. And as soon as I get the factory one cleaned up, I'll show you that. Sorry, I'm trying to like look at that. All right, pretty good, pretty good. Okay. Oh, and I have a reusable gasket instead of this terrible thing. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I got that. It's one of those like steel shim gaskets that's reusable, so that fits all the way around. Nice. This is probably the one I'm going to use because, like I said, it's reusable, and I'd rather not dork around with this thing. So, trying to get that and make all the screws fit and blah blah blah, etc., etc. No, we're just we're passing on that. Okay, all right, back to this. Okay, so everything bolted up on there. That's the spacer, and it looks like those are 5/16 bolts, but they're really small bolts. So you don't have to go He-Man tight on that whenever like torquing it down. Just, I mean, barely anything. I mean, it barely, taking the factory hardware off, which was the Starbit hardware. I think a T20. Yeah, a T20 hardware. It didn't take anything to take that off. So it's not like you don't have to. If you wanted to put blue thread lock on it, I guess, but like it didn't take anything, so I think it'll be perfectly fine on there. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt the pan back up, and I'll be back in a minute. Thanks. Okay, so everything is on, but I will say one thing. It's like it fits, everything works, it's great. But the one thing that's odd is, see how well this can show up. Okay. I'm not on any jack stands or anything. This is the actual ride height, but I don't know how well that's gonna actually come out. If you can see that the drain plug is uphill to the bottom of the pan. I don't know why they didn't put it back here. It's like it should have been back here because that's the lowest point where it could just completely drain out. Now granted, there's not going to be very much fluid in there because it does have the dip that comes down here to help drain it out, but still it's something I would have thought would been put at the lowest point. Now granted, if maybe in Jeeps and stuff it sits flat, so this is at a deeper point. I don't know, I don't have any Jeeps, but possibility. But as far as in this van and the drivetrain set up on here, it kind of sits up a little at an angle. So well, other than that, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna top everything off, top all the fluids off, and take it for a spin. All right, be back. So topping it off,
from complete drain and filter removal was 1 gallon, 1 quart, and half a quart to the actual max fill line. I poured the full gallon in, and then after that I just added half a quart at a time till I got to that perfect, or that right at that max fill. So hopefully that'll help somebody out. It runs fine, sounds like, feels great, doesn't leak. Matter of fact, I think having that fresh fluid in there kind of helps it accelerate just a little bit better too. Not only fixing the TV cable, but doing the flush kind of helped. So all right, thanks guys, bye.